Bonjour mes amis! Hi guys! I had been suggesting to my wife to get a timepiece, but all she ever cared for was the 18 karat all gold Cartier tank, which brand new costs about the price of a car. I had been looking around the second-hand shops and trying to warm her up to the idea that such item depreciates too quickly to purchase new. Of course, like jewelry, women want to be the first to wear their accessories, but the seed was planted. We just had a couple of weeks of holidays in Japan, during which I tried to visit some of the many second-hand watch shops, and while I didn't find anything for myself, down in Shibuya, a neighborhood that I know well since I used to live there for 3 years, I found the grail, an all 18 karat gold Cartier tank Française, and not the tiny ladies one either, the daddy of them all, the large size. Although it's a man's size technically, it suits taller women perfectly fine and looks stunning. I called her over, and for once she was clearly stunned and saw the value in second-hand luxury shopping. I told her the price was fine by me. After all, you get your money's worth in actual gold. We're talking here about 1/3 of the retail price. Even though this would be by far my most expensive watch purchase. But in her case, this would be her only watch. That's another discussion for another video. With 10 grand, should you get one watch or 5 watches worth 2 grand each, or any other combination worth $10,000? To be discussed further. So the watch, 2006 automatic. Would you believe that Cartier sells 30 grand quartz pieces? In reasonably good condition, a few scratches and blemishes only. Frankly, if it's going to be an everyday piece, it'll get its fair share of knocks down the line, so it's just as well to have a used watch that my wife won't worry about damaging. On the time grapher of the shop, the watch clocked in at 4 Hz or 28,800 beats per hour and seems to be keeping decent time at -6 seconds per day, having been serviced recently. The watch comes with the original booklet and documentation, which is quite amazing. These days, Cartier is a bit of a fashion brand, but I believe they used to have some horological credibility. On their website, you'd be hard-pressed to find any detail about what calibers power their current offerings. I could hardly find much about this watch's innards. The case back is solid gold as well, so it will remain a mystery. But you don't really buy Cartier for that. You really buy it for the looks, and those, as you can tell, don't disappoint. Gorgeous case, beautiful architecture on the bracelet links, hidden butterfly clasp, original transition from the case to the end links, and that sunray dial with wavy patterns. I'm not sure what those should be called. You have the classic Roman numerals, a discreet date window, blued second hand. It's really pretty. There's a sapphire cap on the miniature crown to crown this lovely jewel for the wrist. Despite the heft of the precious metal, my wife finds it comfortable and has been using it every day despite being very confused about the mechanical side of it. I need to spend a bit of time with her going through the functions before she damages the date wheel. She keeps on complaining that the watch stops, although she wore it. She needs to wear it a bit more than a couple of hours a day for the rotor to wind it sufficiently, of course. By the way, it's a unidirectional rotor as far as I can hear. So now I think I might get a winder, something I never considered, just to make sure I don't get that angry call every other day from her. Try to explain to a woman how to set the time while at work. So guys, what timepiece have you gotten for your better half? I know, I used to buy my girlfriends little watches when I was in my 20s. Back then I knew nothing about the watches themselves, to be honest. Allez, au revoir.